we have a weed eater. And I forgot who the manufacturer was on this. But anyway, as you can see, pull cord's a little bit screwed up. So I'm going to replace it rather than getting the regular motor pull cord. I'm going to try it with some PARACORD. I mean, buy a whole great big roll of this a heck of a lot cheaper than you can a mower pull cord. I mean, the handle's still good on here and everything. So we're going to give it a shot. So in order to take one of these babies apart, you're going to have 3 screws right up here, which takes a 5/16 socket. And before you can take that off, you got to remove your oil filler cap, pull it out of the way temporarily, just don't let anything fall in there. And then after you take these 3 screws out here, you've got one over on the other side down here at the bottom, and then this whole thing will lift right off. I've already removed the screws, so I'll just show you how it kind of lifts off here. And just lay it over to the side. Hopefully the gas tank ain't too full on yours. Well, then to get the cover off here, we've got a little screw that we have to remove here that I've already removed. Well, hey, Turkey, how you doing, kitty? I'm supposed to get in on the action. So anyway, we just want to slightly pull up on this. You don't want to break that seal, the O-ring at the bottom. Bring it out and then twist it, and then push her back down in there. And then that gets it out of the way so that you can remove this top shroud. So you'll have a, if I remember correctly, it was a 3/8 bolt right down here, another 3/8 bolt on the other side, and then you'll have 2 of them back here in the back. And then once you get those off, then you kind of pick up the front. This back corner wants to hang a little bit, and then pull. Ooh, look at that! We got a pile of stuff in there, but have to get that cleaned out. But anyway, so that removes the cover, and you'll see that. I'll go ahead and put this oil thing back in here. We had a little rain a while ago, and I had to stop what I was doing. Put that out of the way, kitty. Hey, I gotta get in here and get this done, okay? Do you mind? Camera hog. Anyway, on the rope pull here, you can't remove it because it's been pop riveted in with these pop rivets around through here. So the best thing to do is just to, since this one is not broke completely, I'm gonna pull it out here and I'll show you what we gotta do. If the kitty doesn't get in the middle of it. So I'm going to start pulling on the rope. And you want to pull it all the way out till it stops. Almost there. Get it all wound up in my fingers. Lay it down here so I can get them to regroup. Okay, now. Anyway, bring it out until it stops. Once it stops, you'll notice that inside here, this is where the cord was originally tied off, and now it's, with it pulled straight out, it's coming straight through, and then out the side here. So to keep that from recoiling back on you, find you a spot in here where you can take a screwdriver and wedge that screwdriver in through there, and then as you can see, I can release the cord and it won't come out. Boy, this thing is nasty. Then once you do that, then you take the end of your cord, pull it up out of the way, and get some cutters here and go ahead and cut that knot. Meow. And then you pull the cord out of the way. Okay, so once we got the cord out of the way, now you can see the length that I have here. So we just want to measure out our paracord for the same length, plus allowing a little bit extra to be able to tie our knots off with and everything. So I'm just going to put them together here and just start stretching it out. And like I say, we got the knot just tied down in there, so I want to pull out quite a bit extra just for shits and giggles. And cut it. Yeah, I hear you meowing. Now to keep this, together from fraying so much and everything, take a lighter. And I'm a smoker, so I always have a lighter. And then you kind of want to heat the end of this to get it where it'll melt and fuse together. And I just wet my fingers and then just kind of pull it to where it doesn't ball up there. And of course, you want to do that on both ends. Got a booger spot on it there. I'm going to go ahead and cut that off. Well, if it'll cut. Alright, then you want to do the same thing to this end. Just got laid in some of that water and got wet. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so now we're going to move on. Be right back. What I want to do is take a little pair of needle nose, go inside the handle here, grab a hold of that cord, get it started and pulled loose. And since we got that big knot here, I'm going to go ahead and cut it off. I need to get some decent cutters. There we go. Pull that out. Now we want to feed the paracord in. Kind of twist it, and you can look down in there and you can see it wanting to turn. Then when you get it to turn a little bit down in there, take your needle nose, grab it, supposedly, and pull that out. So I'm going to put just a temporary knot in here for right now, just in case it slips. And I'm not going to pull it all the way in here yet. But then take the other end of our paracord. And of course we've still got that screwdriver stuck in there. So you want to feed her in here and try to line up the hole. Work it in. That's not going to cooperate, of course. I'm out of the view of the camera here. I'm trying to get it where I can get it lined up. Take a paracord, and we're going to feed it from this hole in here. We can get it started. Sorry, I didn't get that one together. Oh, that was the one that got wet on me. Okay, anyway. Stick that in the hole here. I just want to be stubborn. Go off camera here and I'll be right back. So now we're going to go back with the paracord, but now because the paracord is so, mushy gushy, everything, it's going to be hard to feed through that hole. So what I'm going to do is I've taken a paper clip and I've straightened out a paper clip. I'm going to take one of those pliers, put a little hook here in one end. Cooperate. And then go with a paracord and hook that into the paracord like so. Now we can feed this wire through the hole and it's angled just right here, and come out the other side. And we want to get the paracord started in the hole too. Look at the pliers. Good yank. And we got to pull through. And then we'll pull the paracord all the way through here. And we're going to give her a nice loop knot here on the end. Good and tight. That should be sufficient because that's a little bitty hole in there because the other one had just one. Then slide her down where you got her pulled in through there. So now she's coming out through here. Now we'll feed her into the handle. When it sticks in, since that makes a 90, I'm going to kind of rotate it left and right while pushing. Try to get the paracord to bend a little bit. And it's not wanting to cooperate too well, so we'll get our little paper clip again. Go in here and hook this booger. And just have a little patience. It's starting to come up, and see, hooked her and pulled her right out. Okay. So I'm going to just temporarily tie the loop in here so it doesn't go flying backwards on me. Then hold the string, remove your screwdriver, and just let it recoil back in. I didn't mean for it to go that fast, but anyway, that we got plenty on here. So to relieve the tension, I'm going to stick the screwdriver back in one more time. Here. And then we're going to go ahead and extend this out just a little more. Here with the knot. And I'm going to double tie this booger. Okay, there's one knot. And we'll just do us another one just like that. Take the pliers, pull her good and tight, and go back into the handle. And she's in there and ain't going nowhere. So now all we got to do is just reverse our assembly and we should be ready to roll. So here's our old cord. That's file 13 material. And now we got to clean this puppy out. But yeah, you want to get all this out of here because, like I say, if it gets wet when you're weed eating, or if this was a lawnmower, it gets wet in here, you ground out your coil, and it wouldn't work anymore. This weed eater, I go through a lot of high weeds and woody plants and everything, and it has performed exceptionally well. I mean, I really like it. And, I mean, it doesn't get, you know, as close or as far down as a handheld weed eater would. But the thing about it is, it does an exceptional job, and it saves wear and tear and pain on your back, let me tell you. Because, you know, you hold a weed eater for a long time. I mean, I got quite a bit of property around here. And you hold a weed eater for a long time, your back really gets to hurting. And you want to make sure these fans are cleaned out good, too, because, like I said, this is an air-cooled engine. And you don't want anything to hinder it and build up heat. It could be detrimental to your engine. Okay, so I'm going to get this all cleaned out in here, and then we'll start getting everything all put back together. I want to show you one other thing. Of course, being that, this is a magneto, that the flywheel itself has got magnets on it. And as the magnet passes past the coil, that's what creates your spark. Now, if it starts building rust up, like right here, the rust then will be transferred to here, and you're not going to get as good of an induction for a spark. So you want to keep this clean. So you want to take while you've got it apart, take you some sandpaper, go in here and knock that rust off, and work it a little bit. I'm using, what is this, 120 grit, and just get all that rust off of there, and we'll get it off here and be back. Once you get it all sanded, if you got any metal shavings, you kind of want to wipe that off and everything. So then a little more cleaning, and I'm putting her back together. It's cleaned off here, so we're ready to put this puppy back together. And let's see, get this spark plug wire back down here where it goes. So, and ta-da! Now we'll go over here and get our screws. 2 and 3 and 4. And as I said earlier, like to take it apart, put it back together the same way. That one goes in here, and one here. And one right up here in front. And then we'll, like I say, work this gently around, get her snap back in place, put the screws on that, we'll get them tightened up and be right back. 2 in the front, I got that one over there. This is the last one we got going back in. Now we're ready to put the top back on. Get your pull handle out of the way here. And we got to take our old silver cap off. Oh, forgot that screw. Go ahead and pull this back off. See, now a little screw. It goes right there that holds this in. Hey, chick chick. Okay, we'll get this back on here, tightened up, and we've got our 3 screws that goes here on the top. We're done.